Welcome to my YouTube channel. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share.
So welcome back to our ALE review series, practice quiz, and this is now part 2 of building laws. So before you start with the quiz, get a piece of paper and write down question numbers 1 to 30 para mamaya mabilis na magsulat ng sagot. And for every question, write down the corresponding letter of your answer from the multiple choice. So if you are ready with the quiz, you will be given 10 seconds to answer, and if you need more time, just press the pause button. Now at the end of the quiz, count the number of your correct answers and check your score category. So if you are ready, we can now start with the quiz. So question 1. Which is not an ancillary permit? A. Fencing permit. B. Structural permit. C. Sanitary permit. And D. Electrical permit. And our correct answer is letter A, fencing permit. So fencing permit is an auxiliary permit. Now, the others are part of the ancillary permits, which are to be duly signed and sealed by the corresponding professionals, and the plans and specifications shall be submitted together with the duly notarized application for building permit. The building permit is null and void if not accompanied by the ancillary permits. So the prescribed ancillary permit forms and other accessory permit forms shall likewise be used whenever possible. So we have these ancillary permits: architectural, civil, structural, electrical, mechanical, sanitary, plumbing, and electronics permit. Number 2. In case the building owner is not the owner of the lot she is building on, what must they provide to the building official in application of building permit? A. Deed of sale. B. Lot owner's consent. C. Special power of attorney. And D. Acknowledgement note. And the correct answer is letter A, deed of sale. So if you are applying for building permits, so aside from the accomplished prescribed application forms, the following shall be submitted to the OBO. Now, in case the applicant is the registered owner of the lot, a certified true copy of the OCT-TCT on file with the Registry of Deeds, and tax declaration, as well as the current real property tax receipt, yung amilyar, no? Now, in case the applicant is not the registered owner of the lot, in addition to the above, duly notarized copy of the contract of lease or the deed of absolute sale. Number 3. Any physical change made on a building or structure to increase its value, utility, and or improve its aesthetic quality. A. Alteration. B. Addition. C. Renovation. D. Repair. And our correct answer is letter C, renovation. That is a physical change made on building structures to increase the value, quality, or to improve the aesthetics. Now, the other choices: alteration will be works in building structures involving changes in the materials used, partitioning, location, size of opening, structural parts, existing utilities and equipment, but does not increase the building height and or floor area. On the other hand, when you say addition, it is any new construction which increases the height and or floor area of existing buildings or structures. Mayroong additional floor or additional floor area. Repair will be remedial work done on any damaged or deteriorated portion of building structures to restore to its original condition. So number 4, blank are all on-site work done from site preparation, excavation, foundation, assembly of all the components, and installation of utilities and equipment of buildings and structure. A. Demolition. B. Construction. C. Renovation. And D. Installation. And our correct answer is letter B, construction, referring to all on-site work done in the site preparation, excavation, foundation, assembly of all the components, and installation of utilities, machineries, and equipment of buildings and structures. Now, for demolition, it is the systematic dismantling or destruction of a building structure in whole or in part, while renovation is any physical change made on building structures to increase the value, quality, or to improve the aesthetic. Installation simply means putting into place or mount into position. Number 5. Under the NBCP, what is the minimum width of stairway? A. 0.75 meters. B. 1 meter. C. 3 meters. D. 0.85 meters. And our correct answer is letter A, 0.75 meters. So, private stairway serving an occupant load of less than 10 may be 750 millimeters. Yan ang minimum, no? 0.75 meters. While kapag ang occupant load naman is more than 10 but less than 50, that can be 900 millimeters or 0.9 meters. But if the occupant load is already more than 50, then the width minimum should not be less than 1.10 meters. And number 6, according to the fire code, what is the maximum distance of the placement of fire alarm boxes from any part of the building? A. 30 meters. B. 50 meters. C. 61 meters. And D. 80 meters. And our correct answer is letter A, 30 meters. So, manual fire alarm boxes shall be used only for fire protective signaling purposes. Now, a manual fire alarm box shall be provided in the natural path of escape from fire near its exit from an area and shall be readily accessible, unobstructed, and at visible points. Kaya makikita nyo sa mga fire exits, meron siyang katabi na manual fire alarm box, no? Now, additional fire alarm boxes shall be so located that from any part of the building also, not more than 30 meters horizontal distance on the same floor must be traversed in order to reach a fire alarm box. Number 7. What makes the building permit null and void? A. Construction stopped for a month due to lack of funds. B. Construction didn't start after a year upon building permit was issued. C. Abandonment of contractor. D. Natural disasters. And our correct answer is letter B. Construction didn't start after a year upon building permit was issued. So a building permit issued under the provisions of the code shall expire and become null and void if the building or work authorized therein is not commenced within a period of 1 year from the issuance of the building permit, or is suspended or abandoned at any time after it has been commenced for a period of 120 days or around 4 months. Number 8. Under NBCP, standard height of railings for stairs will be A. 900 mm, B. 1100 mm, C. 1000 mm, and D. 950 mm. And our correct answer is letter A, 900 mm. So handrail shall be placed not less than 800 millimeters, so that is the minimum, nor more than 900 millimeters, that is the maximum, above the nosing of threads. And ends of handrail shall be returned or shall terminate in newel posts or safety terminals. Number 9. What is the maximum distance of a dead-end hallway? A. 2.5 times the least width of corridor. B. 15 meters. C. 30 meters. And D. 6 meters. And our correct answer is letter D, 6 meters. So corridors and exterior exit balconies with dead ends are permitted when the dead end does not exceed 6 meters in length. Number 10. A material built into a building frame to block a concealed hollow space through which fire might spread from one part of the building to another. A. Fire stop. B. Damper. C. Curtain board. And D. Sealant. And our correct answer is letter A, fire stop. So the process of sealing of the opening in fire-rated barriers or walls and floors for regaining of fire resistance is called fire stopping. In simplifying, fire stop prevents propagation of fire from source side to unexposed side. The fire resistance of this sealing or fire stop is same as the barrier rating. So kung merong opening na ganito, no, so you can provide a material for fire stopping. And sealant is a material used for fire stopping as well. No? Number 11, under PD 1096 for R1 lots, firewalls are not allowed except an abutment of up to blank in height. A. 2.40 meters, B. 3 meters, C. 3.20 meters, and D. 2.6 meters. And our correct answer is letter C, 3.20 meters. So absolutely no firewalls are allowed for a low density R1 uses or occupancies. An abutment of up to 3.20 meters from established grade level may however be permitted, but solely for the purpose of supporting a carport roof, provided further that such abutment shall be constructed of perforated or decorative concrete blocks above 1.50 meters, measured vertically from the established grade level. Such an abutment shall not be longer than 7 meters or 50% of the side property line in total length, whichever is shorter. Number 12. Under the revised IRR of BP 344, what is the inside dimensions of an elevator car? A. 1.10 width times 1.20 depth. B. 1.10 width by 1.40 depth. And C. 1.20 width by 1.40 depth. And D. 1.20 width by 1.20 depth. And our correct answer is letter C, 1.20 width by 1.40 depth. So we compared that with the old one, which is 1.10 width by 1.40. So ang nagbago is yung width, no? Lumaki from 1.10 naging 1.20. So number 13, what is the maximum distance of elevators from the main entrance door considering the handicap? A. 20 meters, B. 30 meters, C. 40 meters, and D. 60 meters. And our correct answer is letter B, 30 meters. So from the main entry up to the So from the main entry up to the elevator lobby, a maximum distance of 30 meters, and that from the main entry, the lobby is very visible. Number 14, it is required if the lot owner intends to abut the building to his property line if that side of the lot has an existing neighbor. A. End wall. B. Wall abutment. C. Firewall. And D. Fence wall. And our correct answer is letter C, firewall. So as defined in the NBCP, a firewall is a reinforced masonry or reinforced concrete separator with the appropriate fire resistive rating, which shall be positioned between dwelling units or between building structures to maintain the fire integrity of each building or structure. Firewalls, particularly those erected above or along property lines, shall have absolutely no openings, except for permitted vent wells, and shall extend above the roof from 400 millimeters to 1000 millimeters. Number 15. As per revised IRR of BP344, what is the height of lighting device switches? A. zero point 0.9 to 1.2 meters. B. 1 meter to 1.5 meters. C. 1 to 1.2 meters. And D. 0.95 to 1.5 meters. And our correct answer is letter A, 0.9 to 1.2 meters. So according to the revised IRR, manual switches shall be installed 900 mm to 1200 mm on center above the floor, measured from the center line of the switch plate to the finished floor. Now, manual switches shall be located 200 mm on center from the latch side of the door. Number 16. What is the parameter in determining the occupant load for store retail in upper floors, that is mercantile establishments? A. 5.2 square meters per person. B. 5.4 square meters per person. C. 5.6 square meters per person. And D. 5.80 square meters per person. And our correct answer is letter C, 5.6 square meters per person. So according to the fire code, the occupant load of mercantile buildings or parts of building used for mercantile purposes shall be for street floor is 2.8 square meters or GFA per person. Upper floor shall be 1 person or 5.6 square meters GFA per person. And for floor or sections used only for offices, storage, shipping, and not open to the general public is 9.3 square meters GFA per person. So number 17. A central refuge with a width of 1.5 meters or 2 meters preferred is provided if the width of the road exceeds blank. A. 20 meters. B. 10 meters. C. 15 meters. And D. 50 meters. And our correct answer is letter B, 10 meters. So have a median island of at least 1.5 meters in depth, preferably 2 meters, provided as a pedestrian refuge where the width of carriageway to be crossed exceeds 10 meters or at least 4 lanes. So pag 10 meters to, no, you need this island. 1.5 meters or 2 meters preferred. 18. Under BP 220, the maximum number of row house units in a block: A. 20, B. 50, C. 25, and D. 100. And our correct answer is letter A, 20. So for row houses, there shall be a maximum of 20 units per block or cluster, but in no case shall this be more than 100 meters in length. 19. As per revised IRR of BP344, what is the change in elevation from the street level of the drop curb? A. 50 mm, B. 75 mm, C. 19 mm, and D. 100 mm. And our correct answer is letter C, 19 mm. So the difference in elevation between the base level area of a drop sidewalk from the road or gutter shall not exceed 19 mm. So dati-rate, ang nakalagay sa old is 25 mm. No? So ngayon change to 19 mm. At ang the drop curb na gradient or drop sidewalk ay hindi na 1 to 20, kung hindi 1 is to 100 na. So number 20. Under the revised IRR of BP344, what is the height of doorknobs and latches? A. 0.9, B. 0.80 meters, C. 1 meter, and D. 1.20 meters. And our correct answer is letter A, 0.90 meters. So door handles, pulls, latches, and lever type lock sets or doorknob shall be at 900 mm centered above floor finish level. Vertical door pulls centered at 900 mm above the floor are preferred to horizontal door pulls. So instead of horizontal, this one is preferred, no? The vertical. For swing doors or doors with locking devices. Now, the old provision is 0.82 to a maximum of 1.06. 21. Under the revised IRR of BP344, the maximum lavatory counter height for PWD: A. 0.75 meters, B. 0.60 meters, C. 0.80, and D. 0.70 meters. And our correct answer is letter C, 0.80 meters. So lavatory shall be mounted at a height of 800 mm from the finished floor with a vertical clear legroom space not lower than 650 mm. Para dito sa paa ng naka-wheelchair, no? Merong leg space. So 22. Under PD 1096, minimum ceiling height of a classroom with an allotment of 1 square meter per student is A. 2.70 meters, B. 2.40 meters, C. 3 meters, and D. 2.1 meters. And our correct answer is letter C, 3 meters. So the minimum airspace shall be provided as follows. For schoolrooms is 3 cubic meters with 1 square meter of floor area per person. So just divide it. You will have a 3 meters ceiling height for every 1 square meter of floor area per person. Now for Now, on the other hand, for workshops, factories, and offices, you need 12 cubic meters of airspace per person. For habitable rooms is 14 cubic meters of airspace per person. Number 23, under PD 1096, the allowable projection of signage of a building that is not arcaded Is A 1 meter, B 0.90 meters, C 1.10 meters, and D 1.20 meters. And our correct answer is letter D, 1.20 meters. So this is for a non-arcaded, no? From the property line, the maximum projection is 1.2 meters above a non-arcaded sidewalk and with a clear height of 3 meters, no? Kapag arcaded building, ang maximum projection from the building wall is 1 meter and at a height of 5 meters from the sidewalk. Number 24, under the revised IRR of BP 344, what is the minimum floor area of the toilet for PWD? A, 1.5 width by 1.70 depth. B, 1.70 width by 1.70 depth. C, 1.80 width by 1.80 depth. And D, 1.70 width by 1.50 depth. And our correct answer is letter C, 1.80 width by 1.80 depth. So parehas na yung dimension ngayon, no? Width tsaka depth. Dati-rate is 1.7 lang ang width, no? Medyo lumaki na ngayon. Number 25. Under RA 9514, assembly occupants include but are not limited to all buildings used for gathering together of blank or more persons for such purposes as deliberation, worship, entertainment, eating, drinking, amusement, awaiting transportation, or similar uses. A. 500, B. 100, C. 1,000, and D. 50. And our correct answer is letter D, 50. So for assembly, these are occupancies include but are not limited to all buildings or portions of buildings used for gathering 50 or more persons for such purposes as deliberation, worship, entertainment, eating, drinking, amusement, awaiting transportation, or similar uses, and used as special amusement buildings. So kasama rin dito sa assembly occupancies ang theaters, assembly halls, auditoriums, exhibition halls, museums, restaurants, drinking establishments, places of worship, classrooms of 50 persons and over capacity, libraries, internet shops of over 50 persons capacity, dance halls, club rooms, skating rinks, gymnasiums, cockpit arenas, bowling facilities, pool rooms, passenger stations and terminals of air, surface, underground, and marine public transportation facilities, recreational facilities, piers, courtrooms, conference rooms, mortuary chapels or funeral homes, and special amusement buildings. Restaurants and drinking establishments with an occupant load of less than 50 persons also shall be classified as mercantile occupancies kapag less than 50, no? At pati yung any room or space for assembly purposes less than 50 persons shall be classified, no, doon sa occupancy nila. Number 26. If you plan to develop a subdivision, what organization would you go to for a permit? A. NHA, B. OBO, C. HLURB, and D. DENR. And our correct answer is C, HLURB. Pero bago na yan ngayon, napalitan na ngayon ng DSUD yan, no? So if you are developing a full-blown subdivision project, especially under PD 957 or BP 220, and intend to sell individual lots to the public, you may need a development permit from the LGU and the Department of Human Settlements and Urban Development, or DSUD. So HLURB is now under the DSUD. The requirements are more stringent than simply subdividing a lot among co-owners or family members. And some key points is that for development plan, aside from the subdivision survey plan, you need an engineered development plan like roads, drainage, utilities, open spaces. The LGU's Planning and Development Office reviews this plan for compliance with the local comprehensive land use plan. Now, a public hearing may be required by some LGUs if the development is large scale or if it potentially impacts the community. And the DSUD license to sell. So if you plan to sell subdivided lots to the public, especially if they are considered subdivision lots for residential purposes, you may be required to obtain a license to sell from DSUD. Documents such as the approved subdivision plan, proof of ownership, and performance bond must be submitted. Now, 27. As per NBCP, foundations may be permitted to encroach into public sidewalk areas to a width not exceeding A. 500 mm, B. 300 mm, C. 1000 mm, and D. 600 mm. And our correct answer is letter A, 500 mm. So, foundations may be permitted to encroach into public sidewalk areas. So, public sidewalk areas tayo, na? To a width not exceeding 500 millimeters, provided that the top of the said foundations is not less than 600 millimeters below the established grade. And further, provided that said projection does not obstruct any existing utility, such as power, communication, gas, water, or sewer lines. Now, for footings located at least 2.4 meters below grade along national roads or public highway, may also project, no? So, pwede rin, no? May project also not more than 300 millimeters beyond the property line. So, ito yung 300 millimeters ay kapag nasa national roads or public highway. Kapag public sidewalk ay 500 millimeters. Ito, 600 millimeters ang depth, pero ito ay 2.4 meters below grade, no? Mas malalim. So, number 28. Minimum width of door entrance according to the revised IRR of BP 344. A. 0.70 meters, B. 0.9 meters, C. 0.8 meters, and D. None of the above. And our correct answer is letter B, 0.90. So, ito na yung bago ngayon. 0.90 na ngayon ang clear opening ng pinto. No? Kahit sa sliding door, ang clear opening ay mula doon sa may pinto, no? Hanggang doon sa door jump. Hindi yung door jump to door jump. Ito talaga ay clear opening din ng pinto. No? Dati-rati ay 0.8 ang minimum. So, number 29, minimum height of a TNB door according to NBC. A, 2.1 meters, B, 2 meters, C, 1.5 meters, and D, 1.2 meters. And our correct answer is letter B, 2 meters. So, every required exit doorway shall be of a size as to permit the installation of a door not less than 900 millimeters in width and not less than 2 meters in height. That is according to the NBCP. According to BP 220 naman, ang doors shall have a minimum clear height of 2 meters except for bathroom and mezzanine doors which shall have a minimum clear height of 1.8 meters. So, dito lang mababa sa BP 220 na height ng door, no? For bathroom and mezzanine doors na 1.8, no? And lastly, number 30, what is the term used under RA 9514 indicating a building unsafe in case of fire? A. Hazard area. B. Fire hazard. C. Fire trap. And D. Flame of death. And our correct answer is letter C, fire traps. So a fire trap is a building unsafe in case of fire because it will burn easily or because it lacks adequate exits or fire escapes. On the other hand naman, if you say fire hazard, it is any condition or act which increases or may cause an increase in the probability of the occurrence of fire, or which may obstruct, delay, hinder, or interfere with firefighting operations and the safeguarding of life and property. So that's it for your building laws part 2. So you check now your correct answers and to which category is your score. So if your score is 15 or less, take note that it is time for a more strategic review. So if you are interested to have a comprehensive review, then enroll at Atlas Career Development Center. Just scan the QR code here. And watch out for my succeeding videos.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share.